This video is informational only. Hello everybody. We are going to be diagnosing a capacitor on a standard residential heating and air system. This is a heat pump. It's got a capacitor, dual capacitor for the compressor and also the fan motor. To diagnose and replace a capacitor on your air conditioner, you'll only need two things. You will need a meter that reads microfarads, MFD, and you will need a 6-in-1 screwdriver. This comes out, and this is a 5/16 nut driver. If you come up to your air conditioner and you can hear the compressor running that's inside here, you can see it down in here, but you don't see the fan spinning. You can feel up here, it's really hot. That's either an indication of the fan motor gone bad, or it could simply be this capacitor here. Sometimes they will be bubbled up on the top here, like a bubble, but the whole top will bubble up. And sometimes they will look perfectly flat, just like from manufacturer. To diagnose and see if it is indeed the capacitor, what you first need to do is disconnect the power. I've already pulled the disconnect, otherwise I would not be sticking my hands in the circuitry here. And then you need to test the power with a meter just to make sure that it has no power, because sometimes people do funny things with power. Better to be safe than sorry. To check and make sure that the air conditioner has no power, you will want to grab your meter, put it on volts, and then put it on the two wires coming in. Put it on the two wires coming in from the disconnect. Normally they go straight to the contactor itself, so you just put it across the two screws where the wires are. Check your meter, it's reading 0, and you're good. No getting electrocuted today. You want to take your 6-in-1 5/16 nut driver side and take this screw out that holds the bracket. You do not want to take the wires off yet. Take this bracket out of your way. And then you want to look, and you'll see a fan, a common, and a Herm. Fan will go to your fan, obviously. The Herm goes to your, this is the part that goes to your compressor, and this is just common power going in. You will want to write down which wire is going where, because you're going to put them exactly back how you found it on the new capacitor. So to check it, you will want to actually remove all of the wires off the capacitor so you get a clear reading. Now to test the capacitor to see if it is indeed bad, you turn your meter to microfarads. You look on your capacitor and you say, hey, the capacity, the UF rating of this capacitor is 30/5. The 30 is for the compressor side, the 5 is for the fan side. So even if one is running, the other one might not be. So sometimes you can get a fan that's working and a compressor that's not. So you'll take your leads and you'll go from common to your fan, and you'll hold them there a second, and then your meter will move. See, this is not moving at all. So then you go to common to your Herm, and it is also not moving at all. That's impressive. Normally one is good and the other one's not. You do want to go ahead and replace the whole thing if one side's bad. Now I will show you with the new capacitor what it's supposed to look like with your fan, your common, and your Herm. Sorry for the jumpy camera. It's hard to do everything with one hand here. So to common to fan, and see 5.1 microfarads. Now we're going to go to common to Herm and watch it rise, and this should go to 30.1 microfarads. This is a good capacitor. This is going in. Now what I like to do is I like to mount this, or actually put the wires back on it first and then mount it back in, so that you don't have to reach in here and try to find which terminal you're supposed to go to. Makes it way easier. One wired and remounted. So what we want to do is put the disconnect back in. You can hear the compressor start up, and the fan is also spinning. I'll put in the description below the meter I recommend. Also the 6-in-1 that I use, so that you can see exactly what I'm using. And also a link where you can actually buy these capacitors online without having to go through a service company. Now saying that, if you are unfamiliar with electricity or not comfortable with wires or electricity, I would highly recommend calling out a professional service company, because if you do this wrong, you can mess up your system. Thanks for watching.